Hi, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today, you see what we have here. This is a small block Chevrolet 383 stroke. We're going to be doing a small block Chevy conventional motor versus a small block Chevy LS motor. Just comparing the two, going over a couple of tips. It's not going to be like a long video. Uh, First thing first, like I said, with the conventional motor, we have a couple of options here. Small block Chevy, as this is, big block Chevrolet. Conventional motors, you still can get a big block. LS motors, they're all small blocks. Something to think about. They're not saying that, you can't make a ton of power with an LS, because you can. It's almost like the options are endless with an LS motor when it comes to making power. Okay? Okay, so anyways, this is a small block, like I said, Chevrolet. It's a 383. It's carbureted. They have the option now where, we can do a EFI system on it, electronic fuel injection. That's an option. Same with an LS. You can fuel inject it, or they come fuel injected, but you can carburet it. So it's almost like, you can upgrade this to fuel injection, or you can downgrade, I guess you want to say, an LS and go to carbureted, if you want to say it that way. But anyway, 383 stroker, small block, electric water pump, headers on it, MSD system on it. These motors with a um, stock block, you only can probably get about maybe 3, maybe squeeze 4 out of it, 400 horsepower. Versus this right here isn't a stock block. This is a dart block right here. So like I said, I can push the limits with the horsepower with this a little bit more. This motor's been built for the street and strip. But typically, if we got a stock block, you're not gonna push a whole lot of horsepower, because it's not gonna hold. So anyways, like I said, you're not making a whole lot of horsepower. You're gonna spend a little less depending on what you're trying to do with it. With a conventional motor. But one of the main things is, like I said, there's a lot of people that like big blocks, and they may just want a big block. For whatever reason. Like I said, you have options when it comes to these conventional motors, but when it comes to the LS, all of them are small blocks. So that's just something to think about with that. But yeah, just a couple of details. Like I said, this one right here has an electric water pump. It has an electric fuel pump in it. All MSD components, such as the ignition box, the blaster, of course, MSD spark plug wires, MSD spark plug. I got a Holley 750 double pumper carburetor on it. It's nothing crazy. I got a high rise intake on it, single plane intake. I got dual cooling fans with a 3-row radiator to keep things cool as possible. And still, they try to run a little hot sometimes, like a little high, temperature-wise, not running hot. But yeah, so yeah, that just comes with all this aftermarket stuff. It's got a bigger cam and a lot of stuff that's been upgraded in this motor here. So with that being said, you have to accommodate. I had to accommodate certain things to like make sure it's cool, it stays cool, stuff like that. Aluminum heads, you can see. But yeah, all of this is the way that I had to like pretty much build this motor here, versus the other motors. We're gonna talk about that when we get over there to it. But yeah, by all means, like I said, small block Chevrolet 383 stroker motor, conventional. Okay. Now, you gotta stay tuned. We're gonna go ahead and get on this LS over here. And there we have it, the LS motor. So as you can see, this looks a lot different. But right here, where the conventional motor, the carburetor, this right here is an intake right here. This is all fuel injected. These come with aluminum heads. They all come with aluminum heads. So there's no distributor or anything like that. They come with coil packs. So we'll come on around and let you see those. If you look right down there, those are the coil pack. And then if you look over there, those are the spark plug wires right there. And then going down a little further, the spark plugs are down there a little further. Um, but yeah, so these right here, you only can get them in small blocks. They only come in small blocks. But like I said, don't get it twisted because these things make a ton of power with adding on, power adders and upgrading camshafts and different stuff like that. So cold air intake helps it breathe better. Man, the options are kind of endless when it comes to these motors right here, okay? So don't get it twisted because they only come in small blocks. When I first started getting into learning about this, because I've been playing with these cars for some time, and I still love to do it. I'm always going to be playing with cars. I love cars. But like I said, these things can make a ton of power, okay? You can add on a supercharger. You can add a turbo on it. You can add a pro charger on it. You can go twin turbos on it. You can, the options are endless. And when it comes to like camshaft, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, I think you can go up to maybe a sloppy 2 stage or maybe a 3 without even doing anything to just bone stock pull out the original cam and go in with the new one without even having to do any valve springs. Don't quote me, I think it's maybe a stage 2 camshaft, but you may can go to a 3. But anyways, like I said, you can pull the cam out, throw a stage 2 camshaft in it, and get a nice little chop. If that's what you're looking for, just a nice little sound, it's gonna give you a little bit more horsepower with that upgraded camshaft. You can go get a whole cam kit where you get valve springs and push rods and all of that good stuff. And this stuff is not super expensive. You're just trying to race, ride on the street with it. You know what I mean? It's not super expensive. When you look around, like I said, you can upgrade these things fairly cheap. And they're not hard to work on at all. You would think they are, but they're not hard to work on at all. They look a little bit intimidating sometimes, because everything's kind of all covered up like this. When this little piece comes off, it's just an intake under there. They kind of just cover everything up, make everything looks all nice. This right here is really, I guess, basically take all this off right here. You can do a cold air intake. So I've done my other LSs. I take all this off right here, put cold air intake on it, and it breathes a lot better with the cold air intake. This stuff right here. One thing that hinders it with this here, this is factory. When the air is flowing through this right here, it can't just go straight. It's got to go through all of these little. It can't just go straight. So that right there kind of hinders the breathing. That's just one of the things. But this is stock. They designed it. It works. But by all means, great engines. They last forever. Everybody's using them in swaps. I mean, they're manufactured by Chevrolet. You will see one of these up under the hood of anything. I've seen them in boats. I've seen them in tons of Ford Mustangs. You see them in, the Nissan 240SX. A lot of people are swapping them into those now. They're easy to swap out. And then the cool thing about this one is, this right here, it has the 4L65E transmission in it. And so it's upgraded from the 4L60E. This guy is built better, built tougher to last. So yeah, it's got a nice electronic transmission in it with overdrive. It can be taken out if you don't want the overdrive, but yeah, it has overdrive in it. So like I said, it's good for highway cruising, good for if you want to just get on the street and play a little bit. You can't lose when it comes to an LS motor. So like I said, between the two, like I said, I'm doing away with that conventional motor. I have another LS that's going in that car. I'm just kind of done with those conventional motors. I don't take nothing from them, but I'm just upgrading. It's 2025, and I feel as if this is the motors that I want to run in all my classics now, or any vehicle that I build. I'm doing that lesson. So if you got any questions, anything like that, feel free to drop a comment down below. And make sure you drop a comment down below what you prefer, LS or conventional. And feel free to share all your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And please share and like this video. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. Got more content coming. This motor right here is going to get a full makeover on it. So stay tuned. I'm not going to reveal everything as of yet, but this motor right here is going to be a lot of upgrades coming to it. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.